Jai Shri Krishna, Radhe Radhe. Every day, life throws something at us, a challenge, a setback, a delay, a disappointment. And most people believe happiness comes after life becomes perfect. But what if real happiness isn't found in the outside world but created within us today? We are gonna explore how to happy every single day, no matter what life throws your way. Have you noticed that your happiness fluctuates depending on who behaved nicely with you, what news you received, or how smoothly your day went? Imagine if we could fix this problem once and for all. Today, we are gonna solve the biggest struggle people face, depending on life to feel happy. Let's learn how to stay every day happy, regardless of situations, people, or problems. Most people spend their entire lives chasing conditions. If the job is perfect, if people behave well, if money increases, if relationships stay smooth, then they promise themselves they will be happy. But life has its own mood swings. Circumstances don't stay stable for long. One day, everything flows effortlessly. The next day, everything feels stuck. If your happiness is tied to the outside world, then your emotional life becomes like a boat tossed around by every wave in the ocean. Inner stability means building a foundation that doesn't break just because someone spoke to you harshly or your plans didn't work out. Think of a tree with deep roots. Strong vines may shake the branches, but the tree doesn't fall. Why? Because the roots are holding it steady in the same way. Happiness becomes reliable only when it grows from within, not when it depends on things that are constantly changing. There is a beautiful reality about life. Problems will come, challenges will arrive, stress will visit, but none of them have the power to control your happiness unless you hand over the remote of your emotions. The problem isn't that life throws difficulties. The real problem is that we have not trained ourselves to remain emotionally anchored when the waves. Happiness isn't something you feel, it's something you practice. It comes from clarity, balance. It comes from an inner. Imagine someone spills tea on you. One person might shout, get angry, and let it ruin the entire day. Another person with inner stability simply smiles and says, it's okay. Accidents happen. The same event, completely different emotional reactions. The difference is training. People think happiness is a mood, but happiness is actually a skill. Just like you train your body in the gym, you must train your mind to remain steady. If you don't train your mind, it will keep reacting to every situation, every person, every disappointment. But when you build inner stability, you stop reacting and start responding. You stop depending and start choosing. You stop being a victim of circumstances and become for the creator of your emotional state. When you wake up every morning, life doesn't promise you a smooth ride, but you can promise yourself a steady mind. That's inner stability. You decide that your mood will not depend on the weather, your bank balance, other people's behavior, or unexpected problems. You chose the remain centered. Happiness comes naturally when the mind is trained to stay calm, steady, and grounded. Even while life keeps changing around you, a major reason why people lose their happiness is simple. They give too much importance to how others behave. Someone didn't greet you, someone didn't reply to your message, someone didn't appreciate your effort, someone spoke rudely, and suddenly your break mode collapses. But think about it. Why should you never? Peace depends of people. You cannot control people behave according to their mood, their stress, their upbringing, their insecurities, their struggles, their behavior says everything about their inner world and almost nothing about your worth. Yet we take every word, every tone, every reaction so personally. that we hand over our emotional remote to them, happiness becomes fragile when it depends on people whose minds change every hour. Detaching your mood from people doesn't mean becoming cold or emotionless. It simply means creating a healthy between they do and how you feel. The same way you don't start crying if someone else spills water on the floor, you don't need to shatter if someone else spills negativity. Not everything thrown at must be absorbed by you. Detachment isn't disconnection, it is protection. Imagine someone walks into a room filled with perfume. They carry that pleasant fragrance with them. Similarly, someone who lives in negativity, insecurity, and unresolved emotions will carry that energy into every interaction. So, when they snap, criticize, or ignore you, it isn't about you, it is their inner fragrance or many cases their inner order. You don't need to inhale everything that comes your way. You remain happy when you remind yourself, I can control how people act, but I can control how I respond. You remain peaceful, but you stop expecting everything, everyone to think, behave like, treat you way they treat others. Create the gap between reality and emotional pain. Acceptance closes that gap when someone behaves and pause before reacting. Is this worth my peace? Am I going to let the behavior becomes my emotional trigger? That one moment of awareness becomes the first step to emotional freedom. Happiness becomes natural when people no longer have the power to control your inner weather. Even if someone brings a storm, you choose to carry your own sunshine. Gratitude isn't reaction to good days. It is a discipline that transforms ordinary days into meaningful ones. Many people wait for something extraordinary so they can feel grateful. But happiness doesn't grow from extraordinary. It grows from noticing the ordinary blessing they ignore every day. A peaceful morning, clean water, a roof over our head, people who support us, opportunities to grow, the ability to breathe. These are all silent miracles we walk past without acknowledgement. When life gets, the mind automatically focuses on what's missing. This is natural but not helpful. The moment you shift your attention to what you still have, the emotional weight begins to lighten. Gratitude doesn't remove problems, but it reduces the space they occupy in your heart. Problems feels heavier when you forget the blessing that surround them. Imagine walking with a small stone. If this is the only thing, your journey will feel painful. But if you become aware of the entire path, the scenery, the fresh air, the people walking with you, the stone no longer defines the whole experience. Gratitude widens your, it helps you see life not through but through the lens of. On difficult days, gratitude becomes even more important. These are the days when the mind becomes and negativity feels louder. Gratitude gently shifts your focus. Gratitude gently to what is still right. It reminds you that even when life is imperfect, it is not empty. You still have reasons to smile, breathe, hope, grow, and move forward. The secret of staying happy daily is simple. Train your mind to notice blessings the same way it notices problems. Start your morning with one thought of gratitude and your night with one acknowledgement of something. If you are new on the channel, please subscribe this. See you in the next video. Radhe Radhe, Jai Shri Krishna.